Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new day of Road to TCG Worlds 2019. Now I know you guys are going to love this deck because it includes so many of the new cards. Once again, I can't reiterate this enough. These decks that I present to you guys, most of them or all of them so far are untested. They are my first initial draft. I'm not saying these are the ultimate list. I'm not saying this is what you're going to see at the World Championships. This is just me pouring from my head all of my ideas, putting them onto a very nice template that I created myself. If any other content creators watching wanted to use this template, I definitely wouldn't mind sharing the Photoshop file with you guys. But yeah, anyways, this deck does feature Buzzwole Pheromosa and Garchomp and Giratina. So first, Buzzwole Pheromosa's Jet Punch, right, is a really nice way to start pressuring your opponent, right? 30 damage, not the biggest amount of damage. If you find your beast energy, then that does mean you can deal 60 damage, but the humongous HP and the continuous chip away and setting up of damage plays very nicely into the second attack of the Buzzwole Pheromosa, which I know what it does. I forget the name of the cards. I'm really bad at names. Where are you, Buzzwole Pheromosa? Okay, so the second attack, Elegant Soul, yeah, it deals 190 damage, so a few jet punches here and there is really nice. Elegant Soul then is able to finish off stuff doing 190 damage plus whatever residual damage you already dealt. And we also have access to Garchomp GX, which deals 50 damage. But if you actually get a KO, you draw an extra prize card. We definitely, or very likely, probably won't be able to get all the energies, all the extra energies, 7 extra energies to be able to draw 3 extra prizes with Garchomp GX. However, it is possible thanks to our multiple B strings and the high amounts of energy in the deck. Now, why are my cards... Okay, so there we go. Okay, so I'm just rearranging everything so I can see it properly. Now we have a one-of Garchomp and Giratina GX because it's an extra Pokemon. The linear attack deals 40 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon, which is goes well or has synergy with Buzzwole and Pheromosa's Jet Punch, right? But also with Calamitous Slash, which deals 160 damage for 3 energy, which is already pretty high. And if your opponent's active Pokemon already has any damage counters on it, this attack does 80 more damage. So 240 damage for 3 energy is really, really high, right? And think about the HP of Reshizzard, the HP of Mew and Mewtwo GX is 270. So if you place 30 damage from Jet Punch on those sort of tag teams, and then Calamitous Slash can actually one-hit KO them. And we have 2 ways to power up Calamitous Slash. One of them is just by benching the Garchomp and Giratina and manually attaching to it. The other way is actually once our initial or our first Buzzwole and Pheromosa goes down, we will definitely have access to B-String, which means we can B-String onto Buzzwole Pheromosas, but we can B-String Psychic and Fighting type energies. And then we can use the tag switch to move those energies that are attached to Buzzwole Pheromosa to the Garchomp and Giratina so that we can actually attack with it. Yeah, so the deck definitely has a lot of quirky plays like that. You do want to pressure early with Jet Punch. We are playing 4 Great Potion to make sure that we heal at the right time, along with Pokemon Center Lady, which is getting reprinted. Yeah, as you can see over there, Pokemon Center Lady definitely helps in making these 2 Pokemon survive for as long as possible. We are running the Greens Exploration engine because none of our tag teams actually have any abilities, so we can abuse that, and also Power Plant. We have 4 of the new Coach Trainer, which says if your active Pokemon is a tag team, you get to draw 4 cards, or rather it says you draw 2 cards, and if you're active as a tag team, you draw 2 more for a total of 4. So really, really nice, just raw draw power right there. We have the Center Lady to heal. We have Licia, to search for the Life Forest to make our Buzzwole Pheromosa even more or even harder to take down, right? Obviously our Registard would run over Buzzwole Pheromosa very easily, but that's not the point. Every deck has a big weakness, right? So the Alicia can find the Life Forest and also the Beast Energy so that we can increase our damage output. The Ultra Forest Cart Envoy is actually a card that I hadn't even realized, or that I had to read twice because I hadn't seen before, even though it just got released in Unbroken Bonds. It does say that no effects or abilities affect your Ultra Beast's damage, right? Which means that let me just double check on the text. Yeah, during this turn, damage from your Ultra Beast is attacks isn't affected by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon, which means you can bypass things like Hoopa, Scoundrel Guard, although that won't be viable in Standard anymore. But you can bypass something like the Latios, right? The Latios GX using the attack, so that attack teams can't attack. With Ultra Forest Cart Envoy, you can actually bypass that, I believe. And then I don't know, it gives you a little bit of flexibility, bypass random effects or whatever. Then we have the one Lieutenant Surge strategy in case we are behind. We can play like double Greens Exploration, or we can use 2 Coach Trainers to Droid cards, or we can play double Center Lady to actually heal, or we can play our Luzamin Prism Star and a Pokemon Center Lady to heal, or I don't know. It opens up combinations. I'm really liking playing one Lieutenant Surge in almost every deck in case you fall behind. It opens up some really cool plays by playing 2 supporters in a single turn. Technically 3 with the Lieutenant Surges, but it's actually 2. Then we have 4 Pokegear as well, or of course rather to make sure that we have access to the supporters that we are running. The 4 Great Potion that I mentioned so that we can heal and make our Pokemon last for as long as possible. The 4 Custom Catchers so that we can target down the right Pokemon at the right time. The 3 Netball not only find us extra Buzzwole Pheromosas, but they can find us Grass Energy as well, so it's a very nice way to have searchable energy off of Green's Exploration. The Beast Rings at the right time will allow us to power up multiple Buzzwole Pheromosas and also do the cute play with the 3 tag switch onto our Garchomp and Giratina. We have the double switch so that we can switch around and have something on the bench potentially recover or be safe. Double reset stamp for when our opponent starts getting ahead in price, or for when they knock out a Buzzwole Pheromosa. We can bring them down to 3 cards along with playing a power plant at the same time to hopefully really limit what they can do. Double Cherish Ball, because that also lets us search for the Garchomp and Giratina directly. It's the only way you can actually search for it. But it can also search for Buzzwole Pheromosa if that's what we need. The double power plant to limit abilities, and then we have the nice spread of energy, 6 grass so that we can start jet punching immediately. The 2 psychics, the 2 fighting to power up Garchomp and Giratina GX, and the 1 of Beast Energy to increase our damage output. So kind of a convoluted deck. I feel like to see this deck's potential, you really have to build it and try it out. But I can see how it's at the very least fun. It's skill based because where you place the 30 from the Jet Punch can be really crucial. The humongous HP does mean that non-GX decks will have a hard time taking down either of these really high HP tag teams, especially with all the healing. And unless you are a fire type deck, many decks will struggle to just deal any sort of damage to Buzzwole and Pheromosa. Garchomp GX with the Ultra Beast Fairy Charm could be a big problem, so there is a consideration of Lysander Labs as well as potentially Faba to deal with those. Yeah, but other than that, I don't see anything else that's not fire type really standing too much of a chance. So I'm really liking the concept behind this deck. Definitely something that needs to be worked on. As I do these videos and I talk, I realize about certain things, why some things might work, might not work, etc. But yeah, hope you guys are enjoying these quick videos and intros into the new set. If you have any suggestions for this deck or for future decks that you would like to see covered in this series, I know there's a bunch of options, but I'm always open to suggestions. I always read all the comments that you leave, guys, so let me know. Don't forget to leave a like, really helps out the video and the channel, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye bye.